We're going to roll those shoulders up, back, and down a couple times. We're going to add the elbows to that, getting a little bit bigger movement, and then bigger arms. And then stretch those arms up. Think about wrenching through one side of your body and then the other. And then reach tall, roll up on your toes, bring that down. Let's do that a couple more times. Big stretch and then big stretch. Leave it. Reach and reach and reach up on your toes and then bring that down. And then just gently make those shoulder rolls a little smaller. We're just going to start a little step touch. And swing those arms. And then you're going to start angling. So your right leg is in front, your left leg is behind. And you tap and tap. Add running arms. And then you're going to bring that back knee up, knee lift. You're going to change that knee lift into a hamstring curl. And you're going to add a rowing motion with your upper body. We're going to change that into a leg extension, straight leg, straight arms, up in a V. And then we're going back to our tap. And our knee lift with running arms. I think she thinks I'm very entertaining. Hamstring curl, squeeze those shoulders. You're adorable. Extension with arms. Taps, 2 of everything. Running, knees. Hamstring, squeeze. Extend, 2 taps, 2 knees, 2 hamstrings, 2 extensions, 1 of each, tap, knee, hamstring, extend, pause here, tap only. We're going to double time it. We're going to take out the tap, and we're going to do all 3 movements. So it'll look like knee, it'll look like knee, hamstring, extend, knee, hamstring, extend. Keep going, knee, hamstring, extend, knee, curl, extend. Good, and relax. Woo! Tap side to side. Start angling the opposite way. So my left leg is in front, right leg behind. Make sure you're using the other leg. Tap and add those arms. Add a knee lift, running arms. Turn that into a hamstring curl and squeeze those shoulders. And then turn that into an extension with arms. Back to your taps. And back to your knee with running arms. Back to your hamstring curl for 4. Extension for 4. Two of everything, 2 taps, 2 knees, 2 curls, 2 extensions, again, 2 taps, 2 knees, 2 curls, 2 extensions, 1 of everything, 1 tap, 1 knee, 1 curl, 1 extension, taps only, Get ready for that little put together of the other three and keep going. Knee, hamstring, extend, knee, hamstring, extend, knee, hamstring, extend. Keep it going, keep it going, keep it going, please. It appears I'll need a chair for myself. Knee, hamstring, extend, and come back to tap. Woo. Shoulders up. Swing those arms. Hopefully that got a little movement going. Tap in front with your toe. And then arms are going to stay up. Pull those ribs down, squeeze, squeeze. Shoulder blade squeezes, knee lift. Right leg, 2, left leg, 2. Right, right, left, left, right, right, left, left. 4, 3, 2. Other side, 4, 3, 2. And again, 4, 3, 2. One more, 4, 3, 2. Cut it to 2s, 2. Cut it to 1. Bring that knee across. Let's bring our arms here. Get a good rotation in that upper body. We're going to stay on that right leg again for 2 in a moment. 4, 3, 2, 2, 2, 2. Now 4, 4, 4. Back to 2, 2. Back to singles. What? Just making your brain work early in January. 4, 3, 2. Roll it out. We're going to take a really wide stance. We're going to pull our abs in. We're going to bend our knees. Shoulders out of your ears. Let's take just the tailbone, tuck it under, lengthen it out. Tuck it under, lengthen it out. Focus on your abs. Pull them in, let them drop. Pull them in, let them drop. Shoulders, round them, squeeze them, round them, squeeze them. Now everything, tailbone, abs, shoulders, and then tailbone up. Extend that spine. Right shoulder drops in, look over your left, please. Back through center, other way. Good, we're gonna keep that beautiful wide stance. We're gonna come down, bring our hands. We're gonna go into a Pilates or tricep push-up. So I have wide legs, but I have narrow hands. Make sure your hands are right underneath your shoulders. And rather than going outward, those elbows are going backwards. Try and keep your body in a straight line as if your body is a plank. Last few, last one. Pitch it back, walk back, take a moment, shift your hips, and then walk your feet together. Now feet together, walk yourself back out, pull your hips with you, wide elbows this time, regular push-ups. Head in line with your spine. And pitch it back. Wide stance, walk it back. Hang upside down, nod yes, and shake no. And then bend your knees, hands on your thighs. Exhale, round. Inhale, extend. Good job. We're going to come all the way up. Shoulders up out of your ears. You may want a chair for a little bit of balance. Chair to your right. Weight on your right leg. Left toes out in front of you. Bend your right knee. Lift that left leg off the ground. Okay, and now bend that right knee a little deeper, trying to touch the floor with your toes. Come up. Bend your right knee. Left leg is in the air. Touch and come up. This is my honorarium, whatever you call it, to Alexis of Schitt's Creek, if you ever watch that show. Right? But what I'm trying to really get you to do is not put weight on that left leg. Boop. So you can go down, up, or you can leave it up and go down, up there. Up to you. But again, weight is on your right leg, not your left. Bring it up. Bring that foot, that left foot, as if it's going to go out to 1 o'clock on a clock. Point your toes, bend your right knee, lift the leg, left leg off the ground. Let me see it. Up, 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 up. Let me see your toes. Bend, boop, and up. Bend, boop, and up. Bend, boop, and up. Bend, boop, and up. Keep going. You should be feeling this in your quads of both legs and your glute of the right one. Come on up. Move that foot out to 2 o'clock. Same thing, lift it up, bend your right knee, and then that left leg taps and lifts and comes in. You're bending that right knee, sitting as deeply into it as you can, and bump with that left leg. Last one. All right, here we go, 3 o'clock. Now you can choose to have your foot rotated open, parallel, or turned in a little bit to get a little outer booty. You can play with that as we bend into that right leg. I'm gonna go turn out first. Boop. Do you see how that feels for you? Boop. Boop. Then I'm gonna try parallel, see how that feels. That'll get that outer side of your hip a little bit more. And then I'm gonna try pigeon-toed, and that should bring that a little more into the glutes. And you decide where you want it to be. What area you feel like you need to work a little more. You can do a combination. Good, last one to the side. All right, now we have 4 o'clock, or I guess in your case it's 8 o'clock, right? Bend that right knee, leg behind you, bend into the right, stretch it back, make sure that leg gets straight. Pop, up and down. Reach, pop, up and down. Reach, boop, up and down. Boop. Toe up, down, boop. Reach, up, down. Keep going. Couple more at this number, 8 o'clock. And bring it up. And then we go to 7 o'clock. And again, toes point, straighten out that back leg. Don't let it be flexed and wimpy. Reach it back, boop, lift and lower. Reach it back, boop, lift and lower. Reach, boop. So again, all your weight is on that right leg. Left leg is nice and straight. That right leg should be pretty annoyed by now. Mine is. All right, and now we're gonna go straight back to 6 o'clock. Again, weight is on that right leg. Left leg flexes behind you, so it's their quad flexes, so it's nice and straight. Then that right knee, left leg, boop, and up. Reach, boop, and up. Whatever you want with your arms, you can add arm movement to keep it out to the side. Last 2. And last one. All right, last position on this same right leg. We're gonna make it a curtsy, so you're actually gonna be crossing back behind you. So I guess it's sort of 5 o'clock for you. 5 o'clock. Leg behind you, sit into that right leg. Left leg is off the ground, boop, boop, and up. Bend, boop, boop, and up. How straight can you get that back leg? How far can you reach to the opposite side? Really feel this in that glute by now. Almost done. Last 2. And last one. Anyone feel love in your right glute? Woo! So let's give that some love. Cross it over. Bend, stick your right booty up in the air, round it down, stick it up in the air, and then bring your leg down, and you're gonna go up and over to your right, and then up and over to your left. And we'll move that chair to the other side. And we're gonna make that clock again. So weight is on your left leg, right toes are off the ground. Left knee bends as we stretch forward with those right toes, boop, and up. Reach, stretch, boop, and up. Again, if you guys want to add any kind of arm movement, that's fine. Good, one more here. All right, now we're gonna angle that leg out, 1 o'clock. Yeah, I think it is 1 o'clock for you guys now, or 11. Remember, no weight on that right leg. Good. Now we angle it out to 2 o'clock. Leg is off the ground, bend into that left knee, reach, boop, or boop, sorry, boop, boop. 2 more. Good. And then this is where that leg goes to the side. So 9 o'clock, I believe, or 3 o'clock. And you make the choice of turn out, parallel, or turn in, but you want that leg straight. So here we go, bending into that left leg, right leg off the ground. I'm going to start in turn out. Reach, tap, lift, boop, and back. Oh, sorry, baby. You can bring it parallel if you want to try that. You can turn it in to feel a little more in your boot tie. You can do some combination of all of those. Almost there. All right, and now we bring that leg back to 4 o'clock or 8 o'clock. Bend that left knee, straighten that back leg, lift, lower, come up. Reach, lift, lower, and up. Again, your options for arms if you want. Nice. Now we're going to go to that next number, 7 o'clock or 4 o'clock. Here we go, stretch it back, lift, lower, and up. Last one like that, and now we're going straight back. So 6 o'clock, bend into that right knee, left toes point, lift them off the ground, bend, reach, boop, and up. And then last one is that curtsy. So we're going to stretch that leg across to the other side and come up. Reach and stretch all your weight on that left leg, quad and glute working here. Good, just 2 more. Oh, I forgot my boot, sorry. All right, let's cross that left leg over the right. Press those hips up in the air. Oh, yikes. Round it under. Stick it up again. Cross that leg over. Let's go left. Right, sorry. And left. All right. Again, you may want your chair handy for balance. We've worked those quads, but we're gonna really kind of polish them off here. Mostly working our calves, but the quads are gonna be engaged. So you're gonna go into that turnout position with a very wide stance. We're gonna roll up on our toes, way up, try not to be sinking down on your heels, lift as high as you can, and then go down that imaginary wall. Heels are off the ground. First thing I want you to do is tuck your booty forward. Tuck your booty, tuck, tuck, tuck. Keep going. So it's not this, it's straight down and then tuck under more, tuck under more. You're up on those toes, quads are working, booty working, calves working. Adding on, squeeze your booty, stand up, sit down, squeeze your booty, come up, down, squeeze. Adding on, heels down as you come down, everything going on. Try not to have too much weight on that chair. If you've got it there, just using it for balance. You might not even need it at all. Last two. Last one, stay down, lift your heels. Tuck your booty. Lower your heels, lift your heels. Lower and lift. Now I want you to add on tucking your booty as you lift your heels. Tuck, tuck and lift. Heels only. You're not straightening your legs, knees stay bent. You should feel some lovey-dovey shaking in your quads possibly. Tuck, tuck. Last two and last one. All right, let's stretch those calves out. Left leg forward, right leg back. Look down and make sure your toes are pointed straight ahead. Bend into that left leg, press that right heel down, please. And bend that right knee a bit. Roll up on those toes. Turn your toes out. If the hip goes with them, push that hip forward, lunge forward. Keep pressing the heel down and bend the knee. And then we'll turn those toes in and lunge forward. Bend those knees and roll it up. Right leg forward, left leg back, please. Press that left heel down, lunge into it. Bend that back knee. Roll up on your toes, left heel out or left toe out, push your left hip forward, lunge, and bend. And roll it up. We're gonna go toe in, heel out, press it, bend it, and roll it up. Oh, all right. Just shake that out a wee bit. All right, we're gonna do some more upper body, and I'm gonna give you the option to have your legs up in the chair. We've done this before. If that feels like a lot to you, then instead you're just gonna do regular push-ups and tricep push-ups. If you wanna try the chair, you kind of have to make your way into it. And then you wanna find that beautiful plank position. Don't let your belly sag, don't let your hips pike. And we're gonna do that tricep to start with. Now you may not be able to come very far down, that's fine. And then just take a break. You can walk your hands forward and sit back. And as you come up, cow it forward and then roll it back in a calf. And cow forward and roll it back. All right, now we're gonna do a regular push-up. So if you want to use that chair again, you don't have to. You're gonna put your hands wide and then you're gonna find your feet up in that chair. You can either just have your toes out like that or you can tuck. Very much up to you. Find that beautiful strong plank. Shoulders are broad. And then just what you can do here. Almost done. And bring it down. Mosey your way into that chair, seated position. And we're just gonna get a little chest stretch. So right arm is gonna open. Give yourself a little twist. Keep pressing that right arm open and flex through that palm. Back through center. Left arm opens, flex through the palm. And rotate the other way, please. Good. Both palms to the sky. Open. Squeeze it out. Shoulder blades together. Give me a little bend of the elbows. Nice squeeze here. Back of the neck is long. And shake that out. Okay. We have a little more tricep, but before we do that, we're going to polish off these quads. We worked the quads a lot today, so I'm not going to make this one a big deal. Here at the front of your chair, you're sitting nice and tall. Extend that right leg, point your toes, and then literally grab it. Lift it parallel, and notice if you tip back a lot, try and sit tall. And then just simply let go. And from here, I want you to draw a golf ball sized circle 4 times, and then other way. And I want you to keep that leg at hip height. And then I want you to reverse your circle and draw a tennis ball sized circle. And reverse again, tennis ball. And now we're going to do a basketball, other direction. And last time, basketball. Bring that down. Scoot over, let your right hip drop off. And get a nice stretch as you just let that knee drop down. You might bring your right arm up, over, behind you. And then we come back through center. So sitting towards the front of that chair, reach your hands under your left hamstring, lift that leg, hold here, sit tall, golf ball size circles. Reverse your golf ball circles. Now tennis balls other way. And reverse the tennis ball. And now basketball, but not necessarily low. And reverse. And we'll scoot over and let the left side drop off. Tuck that hip underneath you. Whew. Left arm up and reach behind you. All right. Last tricep exercise is just our dips. So bring your hands to the sides of your chair, shoulders up out of your ears. And then walk as close to the front of the edge of your chair as you can and slip your hips off of it. Make sure that you didn't just lift the hips up, right? Hips are right up against that chair so that as you bend your elbows, your hips slide down the chair and then press straight up. They slide down and press up. When you're ready for more challenge, your feet walk away, but your hips don't follow. Hips stay back, feet go a little farther away, hips stay right underneath you. You can keep walking those feet farther away so long as you keep those hips back and so long as you don't feel shoulder impingement. How about just 4 more, whichever version you've decided to do. And we will sit up. Woo! Take that right arm, bring it up and tap your right shoulder. And then press back and get a nice stretch here. And then hand to the center of your back. And then over to the left. Shake that out, left arm up and over, tap your left shoulder, press it back. And center. And to the right. Very nice. Shake that out. We are going to head down to the ground now, and you will need your chair at the beginning, please. So we're going to work that glute and hamstring area just a wee bit more here. So we can scoot in nice and close to the chair, please. Heels up in that chair. Squeeze your knees together, squeeze your ankles together. Let's just work that upper body for just a second, just some posture awareness. Squeeze your shoulder blades together, let them lift off the ground. Press them open, feel that openness, even open your arms. Back through center, nod your head yes, lengthen out the back of the neck. Roll the shoulders up, pull them back and down, open them up. Back through center, roll them up, bring them down, open them up. One more time, shoulder rolls, bring them down, open them up, hands down, palms by your sides. Try to get your fingertips on the ground, your wrist, forearm, elbows, triceps, and most important, notice my shoulders want to lift up. So I'm going to be really aware and do my best to press them down. Deep breath in, press into your heels, keep your legs squeezed together, keep lifting, like a little hydraulic lift here. How high can you get those hips without scooting your chair away or any kind of other catastrophe happening? You should feel hammies and glutes at this point, and all I'm going to ask you to do is tuck your glutes and squeeze another inch up. Tuck and squeeze, tuck and squeeze. Keep the knees touching. You'll feel that in your hamstrings. Squeeze and tuck, squeeze and tuck. Back of the neck is long, shoulders are pressing open. And relax everything down. Hopefully you felt that in your hamstrings and glutes. We have a couple more rounds of that. Let's let your arms relax overhead. Let your rib cage lift for a moment. And then we're going to exhale and go in the reverse direction. Tuck everything under, pull your ribs in, hands by your sides, press down, and then go into a neutral spine, rock and roll a couple times, find neutral, push your heels into that chair, lift it up all the way as high as you can go, and then put that left toe up in the air. Use your right glute to drop a little bit and then tuck and lift, tuck, lift. For more challenge, lower your left leg forward, squeeze it against the right knee. Keep it going. And relax. Boy, that should have felt in that left hamstring and glute. All right, both feet in the chair. Tip and tuck your hips, and then find neutral, lift it up. When you're ready, bring that right toe up in the air, and then again, we're going to use that left side, or for more challenge, that right leg goes forward. If you find that you kind of lose it, then, find your happy spot. And bring that down. Bring one leg into each hand, hands behind those hamstrings. Take a little rock side to side here, please. And we'll give those hamstrings a good stretch in just a couple of moments, but just for now, put the right foot on the ground, bring that left knee up and over to the left shoulder, and then cross it towards the right shoulder, and then left foot on the ground, and we'll do the opposite, so right knee off to the right, and then over towards the left. Beautiful. All right, let's see. Yep, we have time for just a little little love here. So, extra challenge on before we get into all of our ab work. Option to use the chair for a side plank. So what that means, and I'm going to fold my mat up just to give my elbow a little extra cushioning. You're going to put your top leg in the chair, right? And you can use that bottom leg as much as you need to just to get up there. And then kind of find that nice straight line in your body. And then you decide, what are you going to do with that bottom leg? If you just put it up in the chair, well, that's not so bad, right? If you want more challenge, you take it off the chair and you might snake it underneath, but hold it off the ground, right? Tap and lift it. You decide what you want to do with that bottom leg. You could keep the knee bent, then it's not as long of a lever, and that's a little easier. You could, again, lift and lower. You're going to feel some outer hip on that, of that opposite, of that top leg. Good. All right, and when you're ready, come on down, and let's just mosey that over to the other side, because that was so fun. And again, if you have a thin mat, you are welcome to fold that up. So you have a little extra cushioning under the elbow. You're going to get that top leg up in the chair first, and then use your hands to get a really nice alignment. Once you have that alignment, then you figure out what you want to do with that bottom leg. Does it hang out in space? Does it lift and lower? Does it stretch long and lift and lower, which is incredibly annoying? And again, Begin to feel this in those hips. And gently down. Woo. All right. That was just a little bit of bonus, something that you can do on your own at home when you're just watching TV or whatever, chasing after your children. All right, let's come over onto our side and let's just get a little bit, last little bit of outer hip action. So knees are bent and stacked, hips are stacked, waistline is off the ground. Take that top knee, bring it in front and point your toes up in the air, and then we'll flip that toe behind. So this is that quick little rotator exercise. As you do this, you don't want to roll on the hip, and you want to keep that waistline off the ground as much as possible. You guys look great. Good, last two and last one. Let's leave those hips there, give that hip a little love, and we will switch sides. So once again, we're lying down, opposite side, knees are stacked, hips are stacked. We want to bring that waistline off the ground. We'll take that top knee and tap down in front as the toes point up, and then just flip it. Almost there. And relax. Give those hips a little bit of love. And then we're gonna come all the way over onto our back for some ab work. I don't think you'll need your chair again, so you're welcome to just slide it out of the way. And then just lie down. Sorry, just can't help myself. She's adorable. All right, so we're just gonna start knees together, feet also touching. Hands on your thighs, but press those shoulder blades back. Deep breath in, exhale, float the head, neck, and shoulders off the ground. But try not to do this by curling and crunching. Just lift up and maybe even have a small gap underneath your low back. Reach your arms up over your head and stay here. Just reaching those arms, sweep and tap your knees. Reach your arms, sweep and tap your knees. So isometric contraction, we're just staying lifted here. If this starts to bother your neck, you have a couple options. You could certainly use one arm at a time and support with the other one, or you can bring your head, neck, and shoulders down, but keep that idea in the torso. Good, last two. Last one, hug your knees in as you roll down. Maybe let your head rock side to side, and then stack your knees tabletop. Deep breath in, head, neck, and shoulders float off the ground. Again, we're not rounding and crunching into that low back. We're lifting up and maybe keeping a gap there. Extend those legs, reach your arms overhead, tap your knees. Reach and tap, reach and tap. If you want to, you can bend and extend those legs. I have it backwards, but you don't have to. You can keep the legs extended the whole time, or if it's too much on your low back, you can keep them bent the whole time, but we're just staying lifted, reaching and tapping and reaching and tapping. So again, a lot of isometric work here. Nice job, y'all. Good, last two. Last one, stay lifted. Bring your legs apart, reach and grab your ankles. So create a little diamond shape. And now I do want you to flatten your low back to the ground. Lift yourself up. So your upper body is curled, and then I want you to start the smallest little rocking motion so that you rock from maybe 2 vertebrae to 3 to 4. And eventually maybe get enough momentum that you can come up a little higher, but hold at the top. Don't put your feet down. Control it on the way back. Take this as slowly as you feel like you can or need to. Good, last time, come up, reach around and grab the backs of your legs, shoulders back and down, extend those legs up. Roll your shoulders out of your ears. Notice if you've rounded between your shoulder blades, I want you to squeeze them together. And I want you to open your legs and squeeze together a little more. We're just balancing here, and then bend those knees. We can slide that forward into a quick little spine stretch. Try not to drop it around, but stay lifted and extending. And then we'll sit up, and we're going to bend those knees, feet on the ground. Grab the hold of your hamstrings and straighten your arms to lean back. So first thing I want you to notice, did your head come with you or not? Bring your head in line with your shoulders. Drop your shoulders out of your ears. Now, I didn't round, I just leaned back, but now, once I'm back, then tuck the ribs and the hips together. Small movement, but make sure it's not this, right? So we're not curling. And then arms out into kind of a V, and we're gonna row and extend, and row and extend. And once again, just an isometric contraction in those abs, but we're gonna be here a while. So there's no movement in the torso going up and down. It's just holding in place. 4 more. You should be shaking by now, I hope. Last 2, the last 1. Grab those legs, bend, roll up, and then lift yourself so you go into a little extension. So arch that spine forward, bring your body into this shape. And we're gonna do it again. So hinge back, shoulders out of your ears, let go, make sure your head's with you, not in front, and then pull the ribs and the hips in, arms into that V, and we row. All 10 toes on the ground, knees together, abs in, and we grab, we come up, woo, we extend. We have just 1 more round like that. Hinge it back, pull the ribs and the abs in, head in line with your spine, squeeze. Two more. Listen up. Grab those legs. Take about 8 counts, as controlled as you can, to roll down a vertebra at a time. Nice. Once you get down there, just give those knees a tug. Hug them in. And let's use those hands to draw circles on the ceiling, please. And we're going to go the other way. Beautiful. Left foot on the ground, hands behind your right hamstring. Let's bring that right knee up and over to the right shoulder and let the left leg drop open. While you're over there, grab your right big toe with your right fingers. And then flex that heel to the sky with a big bend in the knee. Keep pushing the toes down towards the floor. Keep pushing the knee down towards the floor, and then push the left hip down at the same time. Finally, straighten out that leg. Now, if you can't hold on to your toe, move it to your ankle or your calf. You can hold on to, or wherever you can hold on, try some pointing and flexing and some circles. Good. And then bring that knee into your body and straighten out your left leg. Flex through your left heel. How close can you get the back of your left leg to the ground? And bring that right knee towards your left shoulder. And then let's straighten it out, turn it in, get that IT band stretch, and press your little toe to the sky and your heel up, and then press it back. And then bend that knee, half of a twist. As you come back to center, put the right foot on the ground next to the left thigh. When you let that leg drop open, you won't have your ankle crossed over. It'll be a little higher. And then bend that left knee, thread your needle, grab your left hamstring, press your right knee open with your right elbow. Left leg is going to go up. We're going to point and flex a few times and draw some circles with the ankles. And then we're going to drop that knee and we're going to cross those legs all the way over. You take that little rock side to side, and then arms into a T and knees drop left, please. And then gently come on back through center, bend both knees again, and bring that left knee in. Bring it over to the left, towards your left shoulder. Let the right knee drop open. Draw a couple circles with that left knee. Leave it to the left and grab your left big toe with your left hand. Flex through that heel. Keep pulling the knee down towards you. Keep pressing the right hip down. Straighten out that leg. And again, you're going to point and flex, whether you're holding onto your toe or your ankle. Good. Bring that knee in, straighten your right leg, flex through the right heel, get the back of that leg close to the ground. Right knee comes across, and then we straighten it and turn that toe in, flex that heel towards the sky, rotate a little bit, and then bring that knee across into a little twist here. As you come back to center, left foot is on the ground, and when you let that leg drop open, it's a little higher than the ankle being across the thigh. We thread that needle, right leg up, and you can point and flex and circle. Bend that knee again, press that left knee open, and then cross it all the way. We'll grab the right shin, take a little rock, and arms into a T. Knees drop right, please. And then everything back through center. Arms overhead, toes point. On the exhale, roll yourself about a quarter of the way up so your shoulder blades come up. Bring your elbows down and use that to pull yourself up the rest of the way. And then press yourself up, shoulders out of your ears. Just going to roll those toes down and lift that upper body. And then let the hips sit down. And we come over onto our hands and knees. We're going to take the left arm forward and the right leg back, just working that extension for a moment, reminding us of that rear chain of the body, and then we'll come down and switch it up. Right arm up, left leg up. And then we bring that down. We're going to round into a cat stretch and open into a cow. Shoulders out of your ears. Let's do that again. To your cat. And round into your, open into your cow. All right, from there, tuck your toes, find that high plank. Round your shoulders, squeeze them together. Round them, press the floor away, squeeze together. Round and squeeze, and then tip those hips up, walk it back, down dog position. Let's put the left heel on the ground, bend the knee a little bit, send your booty up, and then extend that right leg way up, and bring that down. Put that right heel down, bend the knee a little bit, left leg goes up. And bring that down. And now just pedal out one foot at a time. Wide stance, walk it back. Take your hands to the base of your neck and then slide them up to the base of your skull. Pull down to stretch out your neck. Maybe do that a couple times as if you're giving yourself a massage. Shoulders out of your ears, lift your chest, bend your knees, hands on your thighs. Exhale, kitty cat stretch. Inhale, cow. Shoulders out of your ears.